Okay, this is the final video in the series concerning trading pyramid and the way to approach trading and indeed any business. We've discussed the mind, yourself, we've discussed risk control, trade, money management. In this section we look at the actual system you use to approach the market. Now there are many ways of making money from the markets. You take Kraut Gap, it has certain rules. It's based on the fact that markets tend to close gaps. Look at the Yahoo chart, you'll see that very often the DAX leaves a gap, and usually those gaps are closed, and that's the basis of the system. There are other rules which seek to maximize profits and also eliminate false signals, which we don't trade on very small trades, because some of those very small trades become huge losses. Much better to avoid those trades. So I don't want to talk about actual designing the system, because that's investing is just observe the market, observe your situation, as it were. You've got a business idea, just test it out a bit if you can. For example, you want to sell something, sell it on eBay to start with, very low risk. You can test the whole thing out, delivering product, buying product, other way around of course. You buy it first. No, you don't. You sell first, then you buy it, then you deliver it. That lowers the risk even more. For example, if you're selling a written manuscript of some description, you can actually write the manuscript after you made sales. You can actually minimise your effort in that way, as long as you know you can do it. Obviously, you don't want to do that unless you're actually certain that you can actually perform. So system parameters is a big subject, and it's something that as you go through life, as you go through trading, you'll see things you think might be interesting, and you just put the work in, research it, back test, forward test. By the way, if any comments I make you don't fully understand, then just drop me a line, make a comment in the Facebook page. I'm happy to explain this in more detail or do a video about it, because that's the nature of this particular operation. I want you to understand what I'm saying, I want you to get out there and prosper, and so the more you understand the better, so feel free to ask away. So having got the system parameters, the next system is the actual method. So if you take Kraut Gap, the idea is the closing gaps, but then the actual system methodology is a bit different from that, because you then have to apply the certain rules, for example, eliminating smaller trades. Then the operation. Now the operation is quite important as well. If you have got to do it properly, you've got to do the operation effectively and efficiently. It's no good, for example, if you just oversleep one day and miss the trade. One of the key things about trading is that probably one trade in 5 you can't miss, because that's a trade that makes the money, and you miss that, then you're in a losing situation. If you're just lackadaisical about operating the system, same again with any business, you won't really make a huge success of it. I think I said before in an earlier video that if you give an excellent service, you'll always have customers, because a lot of people want an excellent service, and not many people provide it, because people are too lazy to do this, they do that. So it gives you a huge edge if you actually apply yourself properly to that. And at the end of the day, the result is your profit or loss. If your pyramid is well built, then you'll have a profit and you make a lot of money going forwards. If you're sloppy, the pyramid is not well built, you haven't done the research, then you may well have losses. But that will only be your own fault by not doing this with discipline and commitment. The whole thing hangs together really well. All the different elements of the pyramid interrelate. Your personality is important. Again, as I said before, you're a football player, don't try to play tennis. You want to have a system, you want to have a business that suits your personality. Right, that's all for today. On to the next video in a few days' time. Thanks for listening, and bye for now.